Good morning. It's morning where I'm at in California. It's about 8:15 in the morning, 8:18, something like that. How you guys doing? And thanks for joining. I got something juicy to tell you about California that YouTube won't let me share on a stream. I mean, on a regular video, so I have to come in live to tell you guys. If you come to California, you might be very careful where you park your vehicles or drive your vehicles because they're installing these little secret cameras everywhere. You cannot see them. They're very, very secretive. Here's the deal though. They're on buses. They put them on the city buses. It's going from LA to Sacramento. And right now, Sacramento and LA are installing these little micro cameras, and they got little sensors on them. And what happens is, like on the city bus, if you're parked in like a bus stop and the bus is coming up, you are automatically, your license plate is automatically will trigger the camera. It'll take a picture of your license plate, and then the city that those buses operate in, or the county that those buses operate in, will send you a $250 fine. And this can be multiple fines per day because they're watching you every single day. And the more fines you actually get, I'm sure the higher the price goes. So when you come to California, you're never safe. They watch you everywhere you go. They're watching you. Now, if you're here and let's say you're a newcomer and something like this happens, they'll probably avoid giving you the ticket. So just keep that in mind. If you're a newcomer and you come here and something like this happens, they probably avoid giving you the ticket. But this is only what I've heard from people that have already gotten those tickets in the beginning of this year. And they're putting up more and more of these cameras everywhere. So, yeah, you want to be very careful when you come to the state of California. Or if you live here, be careful how you park, how you drive. They're just tired of people, I guess, driving erratically, misusing the law to their advantage, parking where you're not supposed to be parked, pulling into in private places like bus stops and stuff and just sitting there. Buses can't get in and out. And I'm sure this is going to go on more and more as time goes on. So yeah, that's the big part of it. So I hope you guys all have a good day today. Do well. And I'm going to bring in actually more videos. I love videos. I love to upload them daily. So just be looking out, because a lot of the videos I upload, YouTube will not throw out there. They won't let you see them. So I have to, this is one of the videos I put. It was actually really good. And I showed everything, but man, it was on there for 2 days and nothing, 0 views. So I had to pull it off because they wouldn't allow it. So the only way for me to get it out there is to come in live and talk about it. And I really don't like to come in live, but I have to, because people need to know about these things. Even if I can get it just to one person, and usually I do have one person that watches my videos, and I thank you so much. And you're so sweet and kind and caring for watching my videos. And I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And for everybody that gives me thumbs up, thank you so much. I'm not in this for any type of money. I'm good with money. I don't need money. Let the younger people get the money. I don't care about money. I'm just here to tell you guys the truth about what goes on throughout the state of California and elsewhere. And I love to talk about how these people that work for Los Angeles, Hollywood, get their jollies off by thinking that they're above the law and they can do whatever they want to do. I was raised around this all my life. I was born and raised in California, and I've heard nothing but horror stories from these actors and actresses all my life, and I could never figure out how can they get away with so much? How could they just mislead the law and the judges to letting them get away with the crap that they get away with? And us individual people, we can't get away with that because we're poor. I consider myself poor. I'm on a fixed income. I don't make a lot of money. I do have money in savings and stuff like that, but that's not for me. That's for my children. When I die, I want to leave them money. They get my house, they get everything I own. So I'm leaving that. So, I do pride myself on a very, very small fixed income, me and my wife, and mostly everything I have goes to my children. So, yeah, when I hear about, what was that guy's name that played on that movie 24, 21? Keith Sutherland, you know, he attacked an Uber driver or one of those Lyft drivers or whatever it was. He assaulted a Lyft driver for simply asking him a couple of questions about his career, and it pissed Keith Sutherland off, and he assaulted him and he got arrested. What the hell? Why do people do stuff like this? Why are they constantly badgering? It's the poor people that made them rich. When I was younger, even today, I go to the movies, I pay for the tickets, I go in. Okay. They get paid from the box office ticket sales. That's how these people make their money. All of them, every damn one of them. But yet they turn around and they treat us like we're supposed to bow down to them, like they're the king of the world, because they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And that money gets in their heads and makes them go cuckoo for some reason. And I don't know why, but they believe they are above each and every one of us. And it needs to stop, man, because this is getting ridiculous. And yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about Hollywood going down. I actually know a very, very nice gentleman, and I met him probably about 30 years ago. And when I was over there, and he is a janitor for the studios over there. Like, I believe it's in Paramount. I'm not sure, but somewhere over there, he's a janitor, and he cleans the building, and he hears and sees so much bullshit. He would tell me all kinds of stuff. Like, one time he told me that he was there, and I think he said it was, damn, I can't remember now. I'm so sorry. But anyway, I think it was a female, and she was being belligerent to everybody there. She was telling people, "Oh, just get me my water and shut up," and this and that. Yeah, it's just, when you act like a sissy, you got to be treated like a sissy. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to say it. Quit acting like a child. Grow up and do your job. These people, us, we're paying you to make a good film so we can go and have some entertainment and watch it. But it's sad when people actually, hello guys, how you doing? Um, People actually, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's crazy. I'm too old to deal with this shit anymore. Once you reach my age, you don't give a shit. It just pisses you off that everything you knew as a child growing up, you come to find out it's all fake. I don't know how else to put it. But anyway, yeah, I had to come on live to share this with you guys, to tell you about the bus thing, because I really need, that was just bothering me. I had to get it out. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here because I'm going to go make me some coffee and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. I got a lawn to mow. So, hey, you guys take it easy. Thanks for stopping in. There's 2 of you on. Thanks for listening. I got 5 thumbs up. That's really cool. And thank you. And I'm not going to ask you to subscribe because I don't care. I don't care about that. I like the thumbs up, though. The thumbs up are really cool. Subscribes, I don't care. You guys can subscribe if you want. I'm probably boring as hell. You don't have. Yeah, I'm from California. So, yeah, born and raised in California all my life. I used to live, I've actually lived in Renton, Washington. I've lived in Reno. Let me see, what part of Reno did I live in? I forgot. I was 18 when I moved to Reno, and I became a gambleaholic when I was 18 when I moved to Reno, and it was not fun. I worked 2 full-time jobs just to get my paychecks and blow them after I paid my rent and all my bills. And I would starve to death. I wouldn't have anything to eat because I would go into these. The Flamingo Hilton was my best casino, and I would never win anything. I was just so into gambling that I could not stop. It was just like an obsession. And about a year later, I finally woke up and said, I hate gambling. What am I doing? And so I've never gambled after that ever again. I'd take my wife to the casino sometimes and I'll spend like $20 and lose it and get, I just lost $20 to these fools. They ain't getting no more of my money. So my wife likes to go and gamble. I just take her, but I only give her like maybe $50 to gamble. I don't give her that much. And she's not a gambleaholic, so she's okay with it. But anyway, I tried to convince my daughter to go online and start her own video because she's got 2 kids and she lives, oh, oh my God, her life is so upside down. I feel so bad for her. And she lives in another city. She's about maybe 35 miles from where I live. So she lives in another city. But, her and her boyfriend, they just split up. She's pregnant. She's having another kid. They have 2 kids together. My daughter has 3 kids. Her first husband's in and out of prison all the time, or in prison right now, I guess. She lives a horrible life. And I told her she should start making videos because she would get a lot of subscribers. And if she starts doing it, I'll give you guys her channel so you can go and watch her and you'll be like awed because her life is just so hard, so hard. Any woman that lives a life like her, I feel sorry for her. My heart goes out to because she's a go-getter. She'll never give up. She's almost 30 years old. Matter of fact, her birthday's the end of this month, and she'll be like 29 years old. So she'll never give up. And she's a go-getter, and she loves her children. She does everything for her children. But she was doing Uber, and her car broke down. And now she can't work because her car's broke down. And her boyfriend busted the front windshield of her car out. He put his fist through the front windshield of her car and busted it all out. And I told her she should have called the cops on the ass, but she's not like that. She said, "No, those are my sons, her youngest baby. He's 2 years old. She said that's his dad, and I'm not gonna have his dad arrested in front of him, and I don't want to do that." But I'm like, man, hon, the violence, all the violence this guy causes you, just call the police. It'll teach him a lesson. But she refuses to do it. And it bothers me so bad, that this guy has to be like this toward her. And he's a good guy. He's a good guy, but they just get together. They have a toxic relationship, very toxic. Not good for her, not good for her children. But anyway, I'm just an old man. What do I know? Anyway, guys, thanks for coming on. I got to go. I'll see you later. Love y'all. Thanks. Bye.